Alright, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss show. And in today's episode, I wanted to do a comparison video, but not based off of a video. Well, I am going to be talking about two of their biggest games. But I'm going to be talking about two developing companies. And I wanted to, because it was funny, I was doing a take of this podcast episode where I was more so talking on X4 Foundations being at a mixed rating. But I got to thinking to myself, like, towards the tail end of the take where I was all like, nah, I think it would be better if I did a comparison comparing both companies, like their developing companies, Hello Games and Egosoft, because I feel like that's where the comparison where it needs to be at. But I will be talking about their two biggest games, because I did kind of do an episode where I was talking on the games. But I think that was back in July. Then since then, Hello Games then came out with an update in No Man's Sky where you can now create ships. Now they do kind of have a feature like that in X4 Foundations. Egosoft does. But how complex is it? Like, somebody that's played No Man's Sky and somebody that's played X4 Foundations, I guess, has more hours in X4 Foundations than I do. Because the thing is this: I play X4 Foundations and I put 8 hours into that game. Probably 6 or 7 of those hours, and maybe no, I'm for certain that it was 7 of those hours, because I did not play the main story of the game that much. 7 of those hours was mainly playing the tutorial. So my thing is this, and that's the thing that I like about what Hello Games did with No Man's Sky, is that they have it where the tutorial is like it's mixed in with the game. So in case if you forgot some, so like let's say for an example you forgot how to get some material, like because it can be a little bit of a process on getting the material in that game, because I remember there was the chromatic metal where you need copper to make chromatic metal. I didn't know that, so I forgot. Like, I think I did it at one point in time, but I forgot. So I was like, fam, how do I get chromatic metal? Like, where do I get that at? It's nowhere to be found. Not realizing that the planet that I was on had a gang of like these copper spots and stuff, and I'm like, oh, I could just get that, put it through the refiner thing, and then just get the chromatic metal that way, versus like trying to figure out where to buy it and stuff. I'm like, yeah, it's a lot easier getting this copper and stuff, plus you get more and things. So, and then on top of that, I'm not having to waste my units and stuff. So yeah, I was like, I do like that about No Man's Sky. And the No Man's Sky, don't get me wrong, it can have its moments where I'm like, okay, what am I supposed to do here? But that's the thing though, I ask that question and eventually I figure it out. X4 Foundations, you never figure it out unless you watch hours of YouTube tutorials, play through the tutorials that they have in the game. And then that's the thing too, where it's like, I wanted to talk on the amount of money. I'm gonna talk on that at some point in time, the amount of money that you save playing No Man's Sky versus X4 Foundations. Because the thing is this, with X4, if I had to sit down and play that game, I want to play it from the beginning, not the beginning of X4 Foundations, but the beginning of the series, because I feel like that there are definitely some things that you're missing out on. But at the same time, I'm not trying to have it where I'm spending all of this money on this game or on this series versus No Man's Sky, first of its kind, and it's only $59.99, and then when it's on sale it's like $20. And so and then on top of that, like, yeah, now they do have it where, yeah, because both games, I believe they are Steam Deck verified. But even if you don't have a Steam Deck, like, let's say you try going out and getting a Steam Deck and it's nowhere to be found. Because even I was surprised that GameStop's had Steam Decks. I was like, whoa, wait a minute. Like, I remember I seen a sign and I was like, wait, do you guys have Steam Decks in stock? And they was all like, the woman was like, yeah, we do. I was like, huh, okay. I was unfamiliar with your guys' game. I'm like, y'all ain't got games in here, but you got Steam Decks. That's, yeah, GameStop's. I'm gonna do an episode where I'm talking on GameStop's one day. But anyways, but yeah, both games, they are Steam Deck verified. But no, like, that's the thing that I do like about No Man's Sky, is that you can play it. It's one of those games that you can play on multiple consoles. I guarantee and I promise you, X4 Foundations will never see its way on console. And it definitely won't see its way on Nintendo Switch. With the amount of stuff that you got to do. And even if it was on some stuff where it's like, they put it on sale and it's like, oh, it's like some complete edition and all this other stuff. Still, there's that person trying to sit down and figure out this game. And I'm like, fam, that's you guys, Egosoft is doing too much. And I'm like, that's why I'm like, versus playing, because what, No Man's Sky, like, let's say if you wanted to get that game, like, hold on, let me check GameStops real quick and see. No Man's Sky, you wanted to, because I wanted to see Xbox, PlayStation, and Switch. So if you wanted to get No Man's Sky on Switch, it would be $39.99, $19.99 to play it on PlayStation 4, and I don't think they're gonna do no free update over to PlayStation 5. They might, I don't know, because I know they did do a free upgrade on the Nintendo Switch. I don't know if they would do the same on PlayStation, but I think they definitely do a free update, because they was like, yeah, the Xbox One version, I don't think they have like an Xbox Series X version. And if they do, they'll probably have it where it's like, okay, if you have the game, it'll just automatically upgrade itself to the Xbox Series X version. So yeah, so I'm like, I don't know too much about that. But overall, the No Man's Sky Beyond, I wonder, yeah, I think that is still just No Man's Sky. I think that was probably like some, that's like a VR thing. Okay, never mind. I was like, what am I looking at here? So, but anyways, but yeah, and that's the thing. You can get this game on multiple consoles, multiple platforms. You get all this stuff that you get to do in this game. They don't have it where it's this crazy difficult process, but you're spending less money. So let's say if you had to go out, you had to get a top of the line gaming PC to play No Man's Sky or X4 Foundation. So if you went down that route of X4 Foundation, you still got some money to save over, where if you was like, oh dang, I need to get me some RAM, or I need to get like, I'm a few hundreds off of getting this graphics card or processor or whatever for your gaming PC, X4 Foundation, it's like, yeah, if you buy all the stuff for X4 Foundation, I wonder how much it would cost. So I think I did go over this before, but how much would it cost to get all of Egosoft X Series games? Let's see, Steam Publisher, the X Universe Collection. I wonder if they got like an AI answer thing where it like, sorry, so Google, as of 2025, buying all Egosoft X Series games as part of the most comprehensive bundle on Steam, the X Universe Anniversary Collection, costs $318. That's if you're trying to get the whole X Universe experience. No Man's Sky is $59.99. And then while it's on sale, and then getting it used at GameStop, you're spending less than $60. And then getting it on sale on Steam, you're getting buying it for $20. People are going to sit here and try to explain to me. Then you know what's crazy? When you look at the reviews for both games, No Man's Sky currently right now is sitting at a very positive rating. And I think they just had it where they recently just hit like their biggest player count in like the past 6 years or something like that. I think they're saying like 90-something thousand people are that. And that's just on Steam. We ain't talking on PlayStation, Xbox, because I've been playing it on the Xbox Game Pass. But I have been thinking about that where I'm like, I don't know how long this game's going to be on the Xbox Game Pass, and I would really hate to be doing all this stuff. And then so that's why I'm like, yeah, there might be at a point in time where I do buy that game on Steam. But overall though, I would be more happy with that purchase than buying the whole X series. And it's like, okay, let's say, and that's one thing where I'm like, I think, yeah, when I'm one of those like rich content creators where I can drop money on stuff and it doesn't faze me and things, yeah, I possibly might do that. I might buy the X series just to play. But my thing is this: if I haven't I play the first one, all the different like games and DLCs, all the all in between at the first X game and X4 Foundation, X1 and X4. My thing is this: I play all these different games, and I still have the same feeling I have. If not, I'm even more upset that I ain't wasted my money on this game. And this is like, if I'm like in that position where I do have $300 to drop on that game, I spend all this money on this game, and I still don't like it. It's one of those things where I'm like, at the end of the day, Egosoft, it's like, you don't have to listen to me when it comes to your guys' games. You don't have to listen to nobody. But if you want your guys' game to be successful, you have to listen to the fans. That's the one thing y'all have to say comparing Egosoft and Hello Games, is that with Hello Games, they listen to their fans, and then on top of listening to the fans, they give the fans more. Hold on for a second, because you see where Hello Games, they be promoting whatchamacallit, like people that be playing the game and stuff. Let's see if they be doing that on X4 Foundation. Let's open up their Instagram and let's open up their YouTube. Okay, so YouTube, that's just like stuff they just promoting like trailers and all that stuff. But okay, so yeah, they do be promoting their fans. I just wanted to see real quick because I was like, that'd be messed up if they all these people that be defending you guys and y'all can't even take the time to promote your fans. But yeah, they got like some screenshot of the week business going on. And yeah, you know, you got it where it's like, and that's the thing, it's fans like that that's keeping you guys alive. But it's also on top of that, or just keeping the company alive. But on top of that, you got to listen to the fans where it's like they're stuck in between of whether I should continue playing your game or should I just go play something else. Because to me, I find that very disrespectful with companies where they put out a game, they don't listen to the fans, but they're expecting people to just overall like their game because, oh, we want you guys to like our game, but we ain't gonna listen to what ideas you guys have for this game. Because the thing is this, like, when you look at X4 Foundations, like, when you look at that game and you're comparing it to No Man's Sky, yeah, No Man's Sky got a lot going on, and I have to say it's a very overwhelming game versus X4 Foundation. It just looks like it's like, when looking at it without playing it, it looked like it's one of those games where it's simple, straight to the point, there ain't no difficulties, there ain't no problems, there ain't nothing. As soon as you start playing that game, you gonna have fun with it. And it's the other way around. The game where it seems all complex and it's like they got too much going on. Because, like, yeah, when you look at No Man's Sky and you look at the amount of stuff, they got it where you travel all these different planets. They have it where you can build a bunch of different ships. They have it where there's a bunch of different ways on playing the game. X4 Foundation, on the other hand, I think, yeah, I do remember where they kind of had like a racing mode in that game. I thought that was decent. But at the same time, it was like there's still with that racing mode, it wasn't good, you know, and I would like to see that in No Man's Sky. Like, they ain't got like a bunch of different modes, but they have like the casual, normal, and then they have like custom. So it's like, I guess like maybe like, yeah, if you and your friends, because I don't even think X4 Foundation, I don't even think that's a game that you can play with your friends. I think that's strictly a single player game. Yeah, it's a single player game. I mean, I don't mind that. I do like the fact that the game is single player. And that was one thing I did see what people, they were trying to say with not X4, but No Man's Sky, was that it's not a single player game. It is a single player game. You can play that game entirely by yourself. So that's why I'm like, yeah, they do have like some parts in the single player mode where I think you can check out people's communities or whatever. But other than that, the game is single player. So if anybody tells you that game's not single player, No Man's Sky is single player. I don't know who wanted to, but it was, yeah, some people in my comment sections, but I don't know if they just started saying that just to say that or if they heard it somewhere. But No Man's Sky is it can be a single player game, and it can be a multiplayer game. So I was like, yeah, people are weird, but anyways, but yeah, I'm like, that could be something that you guys should consider, you know, where it's like add multiplayer, have it where you like dumb the game down. Like, nah, the thing is this, people may think I'm cracking jokes or being funny. No, X4 Foundations need to be dumbed down. It needs to be simplified. But overall, though, like, it needs all that complex stuff that they got in the game. Yes, have that. But at the same time, have an option for the casual players. At least with No Man's Sky, they have that. So that's why I'm like, with Hello Games, they seem more in tune with the fans and what the fans want for their game and all that stuff. And they're not charging us $300 over it. Egosoft, on the other hand, it's like, what's your guys' excuse? What do you guys got going on? You know, and it's like, yeah, that's one of those things where it's crazy how with all the different games that you guys came out, you would have thought that you guys would have still had your act together. Meanwhile, your guys' latest video game that came, and the thing is this, you had 2 years on No Man's Sky. No Man's Sky came out in 26. No, actually, I take that back. No, it came out. I messed up on saying that. So after, but no. The point that I'm trying to make is that No Man's Sky came out in 2016. You guys had all that time to be like, okay, we see what they did with that game. We got to do something better with our game. You guys came out with your guys' game 2 years later. Meanwhile, the game that's older and your guys' game is a little bit more newer, and visually, I would have to say, yes, it is a little bit more appealing visually. It looks more realistic versus No Man's Sky. They got like that cartoony animation type look to it and stuff. But still though, at the same time, I'm like, I still like how that game looks visually. Like there's areas I'll be going to where I'm like, dang, this look crazy and stuff. But overall though, yeah, I just think that that's what's stopping Egosoft from being a much better company than Hello Games, is like they're not listening to the fans. You know, like yeah, they might listen to some here and there, or if it's one of those things where it's like an army of people are talking about whatever bug or problem that you guys got with your game, but there's that one fan where it's like, hey, you guys should add this or change this or do that. It just one in one ear, out the other. And it's like versus Hello Games, it's like I feel like that if I were to sit down and lay out all these different ideas, Hello Games would probably be all like, okay, yeah, let's do that, but let's add more to it. I'm like, fam, I just wanted to have it where there's like, you know, cities or something. There's like, you know what, let's have it where there's cities in the game. But let's have it where now you can have like a bunch of different cars. Let's have it where there's what else can they add in the game? Yeah, let's have it where you can now build your own space station. Let's have it where now you can build your own freighter ship. And I'm like, fam, all I asked for was for y'all to just add cities. Why are you guys? And I'm like, well, how much is all this gonna cost? They were like, it ain't gonna cost you nothing. It's gonna be a free update. All the updates is gonna be free. I'm like, wow, okay, all right, so I ain't tripping about it, you know, versus X4, their last update was a bug fix update. Or no, it's like a because I think, what is this? Oh, it's like a public beta test, but yeah, it was mainly like bug fixes that they added into the game. They only added 3 new things, and it's added information about station modules to object info section and map menu, added diplomatic agent availability to faction overview, new feature in 8.00, added diplomatic agent faction of origin to agent details, new feature in 8.00. I don't even know what that means, but other than that, everything else is, yeah, improving and fixing stuff. Versus No Man's Sky, their last update, hold on for a second, let me see. I mean, yeah, we all know what their last update was, but their last update, yeah, it was pretty much adding that feature where you get to build your own spaceship or Corvette ship. And then, yeah, that's about it. Like, I'm pretty sure they probably added some bug fixes in the game, too, because I think they did say that they were... No, yeah, they did. No, because, yeah, their last update was on Xbox Game Pass, and it was, like, a bunch of, like, bugs. But other than that, it's like, yeah, that was, like, because they had to rework their game system or engine to work around like this new shipbuilder mode in there and stuff. So yeah, I was like, yeah, with in my opinion, Hello Games seemed like that they on the right path. Egosoft, it's one of those things where I guess like if I had to sit down and look you guys in the face, it'd definitely be a conversation where I'm telling y'all to get your guys' act together, because it just don't make no sense to me, where it's like you guys have been around a lot longer than No Man's Sky. You think that you would have the more experience on developing a game, but if your guys' game is too complex, then it's like maybe you should step away and make a more simplified game. But yeah, it's like it's one of those things. Even when it was like and I know that's one thing where people will probably be all like, you know, what's my issue with X4 that No Man's Sky did better? Traveling, for an example. I remember when I was supposed to be doing a mission in X4 Foundation, and they had it set up where I have to take my time like flying to this area, versus if this would have been No Man's Sky, they was like, okay, if you got if you know where this area is at on the map, hover over it. If you got this like hyperdrive stuff or warp drive stuff, like fuel to travel over to that area, we ain't gonna have it where you gotta just hold down your shift button to fly there. No, if you got this warp drive fuel, you could just warp there. Why doesn't X4 Foundation have some stuff like that? I was like, yeah, they got some weird stuff going on with their game, and I'm like, yeah, you guys definitely, if it ever gets to a conversation where you're like, oh, we're gonna release it on Xbox and PlayStation and all this other, the game's difficult on PC. I imagine on like Xbox or PlayStation, yeah, if you plan on dumbing the game down, then okay, cool. But if not, release the tutorial. No, that's what you guys need to do. Release the tutorial stuff for free, then release the core game at like $49.99 or whatever price you want to release it as. But anyways, with that being said, I will talk to y'all later. Thank you guys. Stay tuned for the next episode. Like, subscribe, viewing this on YouTube. Follow, subscribe, viewing this on the podcast streaming service. And peace.